Yes, Game & Watch isn't a great matchup for R.O.B.
Genuinely, like, because Toon Link and R.O.B are so close to each other on their character select, I thought he'd just miss it. Maybe he has misinput, and he's just deciding to stick with the Toon Link anyway. But no, it's like I say, you know, Mr. Game & Watch's up B and Reflector both kind of counter R.O.B's best tools. I can see him switching back to R.O.B if this doesn't work out, because Toon Link is also quite susceptible to Reflectors.
But at the same time, I don't know, I feel like on normals and just we're less like combo food due to our like size. And
yeah.
as a result of being floaty as well.
Yeah, certainly Toon Link is going to get out of those combos a lot easier than R.O.B did. And, you know, Lucretio and Mr. Spuddles had a R.O.B Ditto on stream just yesterday, and they will have to fight again today, so maybe he just wants to warm up another character for that particular one. He wants to avoid the R.O.B Ditto. But first, certainly Bulby stands in his way first, and maybe it's something that came out of the skip set that he just won before as well.
Indeed. At least it will be easier for me to analyze. Like I get to do
it's easier for you. I've just lost the character that I main to swap it for yours.
I guess we're very qualified commentators for Lucretio then.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever he chooses, we've got something on deck. But instead it is Bulby that's holding a lead, throwing the food, but actually perfectly times the get-up attack to get around that, and instead it's the chair that takes the first stock.
He's been doing a lot of bomb play, but for the most part, Bulby hasn't been running into any of it. He's just been patient, and then as soon as he realized that Blue's going to throw something up, he sees that opening.
Perfect timing on that forward tilt as well, noticing the exact moment Bulby lost his ledge invulnerability. Up throw into the bomb as well, but now just retreating, as is a good design, you know. You've got a good combo, but if you overextend, then you might just lose all of that on the spot. So I'm appreciating the sudden patience from Lucretio.
You definitely have to play around Game & Watch half the time due to his ability to negate your projectiles.
Yes.
So as a result, it is a lot of bait and punish, making him think you're going to throw a bomb, and then immediately running up and forward airing instead.
So that bomb just about to explode, but gets it just in time to actually make contact on Bulby, but no follow-up because it was a little bit too far away. Bulby just kind of taking a back seat, as we've come to expect from this player, and building up damage steadily. When it's Mr. Game & Watch versus Toon Link, you know, I'm hardly surprised. You don't need to go in right now, unless you go into that back throw from Toon Link.
That's going to take him. Still quite strong, not as strong as it was in Smash 4, but still very potent in this game, especially against a light character like Mr. Game & Watch. It shows something, and he just Z'd with a bomb in hand. That's not supposed to happen.
Well, we know Lucretio, master of the lab. He's worked on every single input, but you cannot prepare for getting down smashed into the ground and getting hit by a forward smash.
That up B is going to get hard punished, especially, but the bomb is going to get him out of it. Very nice placement of bombs from Lucretio.
You know, it's supposed to be Mr. Game & Watch that's famous for combo breaking, but here Toon Link showing his own approach and teabagging. Yeah, we're starting to see the Lucretio.
That is Lou. His excuse for it is that he said it's to mix up people's timing because he expects people expect him to do something in that, so every time he goes down, he apparently it messes them up. I don't know.
I think the real reason is that Toon Link just actively has the worst teabag in the game because his crouch barely loses any height whatsoever. He's just like, I am going to show you the worst crouch in the game, and then carries on.
Definitely up there, that's to say the least.
I mean, it's not the worst crouch when you bear in mind it brings his shield out, but, you know,
in terms of, like,
speaking,
ruining their mentality, probably not up there.
All right, so Bulby just quite happy to sit under that platform and throw out various gusts of wind. I mean, what more could you ask for him? Lucretio hasn't been able to find a way around it, and as soon as he does go for the horizontal approach...
Ooh, good patience on the bomb. But yeah, every single time Luce tried to land with down air, Bulby's just immediately responded with the intangible up B, so there's no chance for that boomerang. Unfortunately not going to convert into a forward air, but still, at this percent, anything can happen.
Yep, the bomb in hand, certainly if that connected, it would have set up that forward air very nicely, but Bulby keenly aware and just waiting for the bomb to explode in its own time. And now he's got a full bucket.
For the bucket.
The oil panic.
Any commitment, and that's going to be it.
Yep, and there is no doubt it will be taking the stop.
Maybe at ledge? Who knows?
Shield break option as well, and just throw it out raw.
There it goes. Bulby with the 2-stock.
So that was a very good start, but of course you've got to remember, so I've just 2-stocked Lucretio, but he also wasn't using his main. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did Toon Link again, but surely at some point in the best of 5 we will see the R.O.B come out and see how that influences the game.
I guess it does depend on how the Toon Link goes, and if he goes it again. Well, we're going straight to the R.O.B, so here we
All
have
right,
it. You can take over.
It's my time. We'll see what can take place. But I mean, this is still a very challenging matchup because Mr. Game & Watch very low down, especially when crouching. The gyro just tends to go over his head a lot, and his attacks are so much faster that R.O.B can just get beaten out or combo broken. And that is what's taking place right now. Lucretio just doesn't have the attack speed to get through. He pressed side B 3 times. You would not expect the 3rd time, but exactly, we completely did in Bulby's case. And he's made completely taken advantage of that. Single jab into a chair was attempted.
Some very interesting playstyles coming out here at the UK circuit finale, to say the least.
Dash dancing can look so funny when your character does not have legs to dash with.
Just teleporting back and forth. Well, at least that's what it looks like. Oh, the single item preventing him from following up on that.
I like the idea. He fully committed, knowing that if the gyro connected, that up smash would have as well. The up smash was not likely to land, but he still did the up smash just in case. As at the end of the day, he's 100% down. He needs to make a comeback, so that's the kind of play that can be excused.
Definitely have to take some sort of risk here to make it back, and that risk on the charge up smash from Bulby, that was insane.
You know what's interesting though? That's the first time we've seen Bulby do an up smash with Mr. Game & Watch in this entire set.
Especially considering how good that move is with that mount. Like it.
Look at Lucretio, he is doing nothing.
He's just waiting.
He is just falling asleep in the mid. Did you know robots could fall asleep?
And to be honest, I feel like it's just gonna like randomly burn a boost that's like just
Yep.
out of there. Just teleport in front of you, and then it's gone. But Bulby, also a very patient player, known to have relatively long sets. Some may say they're a bit too long, but we'll leave that ambiguous for now. Burner Boost backer gonna take it. Forward throw to Burner Boost backer. Here we go.
And now he's just doing several more to show off. You know, you've made the big play, Lucretio. Now let's focus on completing the comeback because there's still an 85% deficit. The burner boosting and the crouching has helped overall, but right now, that's it. That's more of a throw combo, and he just goes
going all the way around. Oh, mix up.
He's going to have to pick a side of the stage eventually. There he goes. He returns to the stage. Lucretio, the entertainer of the top 20, to say the least. And Bulby is just having absolutely none of it. He takes the gyro, and so now Lucretio cannot use the gyro at all until it is thrown towards him.
But every single time a gyro is thrown at Lu, he immediately ducks, because he knows that people are going to throw it, and then... Oh, the gyro down there! God damn!
That was fantastic from Lucretio. That wasn't even a Z-drop, it was a raw throw the gyro down into the down smash. I didn't even know that was going to connect, but
that is
it
insane.
Sure did, but he's in back air range, just defending himself with that robo laser.
You're going all the way around the stage right now. God damn.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, it's a chance for him to recharge a little bit of robo laser. Any passing second will help bring that back. And if Bulby's a patient player, Lucretio's like, you know what, I can do that too.
Lu definitely seems a lot more confident at the moment, but he has to be careful not to overextend, since Bulby is one of those patient players that will just punish you as soon as he finds that one opening. And that's going to be it, up till. Still though, the 60% deficit. Don't know if that's like a specific R.O.B range for something, or that might be outside of a R.O.B range.
It's more just a general habit, you know, if you're getting hit by food repeatedly, the only real way past it is to air dodge to the left, and Bulby just let go of the B button at the right time, and with R.O.B being so big, yeah, there was no way he was getting past the flags at that point. But Lucretio's still winning, so as long as he can break out of this combo fairly soon, this could be within his grasp.
Oh, going for that forward smash, but not quite landing those landing reads.
He just returns to doing absolutely nothing now. And you know what? That's fine. It will charge up his laser. Bulby's not going to approach. He'll just maintain his lead for another 3 minutes and 56 seconds.
Sometimes doing nothing is definitely a lot better than getting more percent on having taken more percent.
Yeah, just our streaks. And he ducks onto the gyro again and nearly gets the punish. Doesn't attempt the down throw there. He must respect that Bulby's mashing is very good. So the up throw, instead, with the 1v1 multiplayer, it does 15% on its own right. So that's a little bit more dependable than the down throw, which just does 6. You do more damage if you follow it up with an up tilt or an up smash, of course, and it could even kill, but Lucretio taking the safe option for once in his life, and now needs to find his way back to the stage without air dodging into the flags and such once again. That's good.
Making it back. Oh, can he? 145%.
Certainly now if he were to get a grab, I think the down throw would be worth attempting. The up throw will KO in about 15% more maybe, or maybe now.
Maybe now, and that will take
Just about.
it. That was very close. He almost made it back. Surviving to 150 or 60% as Game & Watch. That's a feat and a half.
Yeah, I suppose the rage is something I wasn't considering in that part. So yeah, the up throw definitely enough to take it on that occasion, especially on a lightweight like Mr. Game & Watch. So really good adaptation from Lucretio. The Toon Link didn't work out so great, but clearly I think we're going to see the R.O.B for the remainder of the set.
He has been working on the Toon Link. He went up to Scotland for PvP and played against the best Toon Link in the country, Nate.
Oh, yeah.
But he did some dittos with him and learned some stuff. But fundamentally, R.O.B is still the best character. His best character.
Yeah, I believe he got 5th at that tournament, didn't he? Or was it a little further?
I think he probably got 5th. I'm not sure. Regardless, the R.O.B is definitely putting in the work, allowing him to make the comeback.
Yep, and he just immediately retreats to the side of the stage. We're back on Smashville again. I do feel it benefits Mr. Game & Watch a little bit more than R.O.B, because Bulby just quite happy to sit under that platform and up air, but what do we see there?
That was the first time I've seen him get hit by gyro purely because it hit him whilst he ducked, which I'm not sure. I didn't expect that, to be honest.
Well, there you are, but so anyway, we will be sticking on Smashville. Again, I do feel it benefits Mr. Game & Watch, but we saw Lucretio take the last game here, so... Oh, no, he's going to arm rotor straight into Mr. Game & Watch zone with a hard punish. I don't think we're likely to see him. Well, if this was any other R.O.B,
yeah,
we wouldn't be likely to see it again, but Lucretio, yeah, he'll probably do it in another 20 seconds or so.
Just give it some time and he'll try it again.
All right, another pivoting session. Lucretio has just brought something new to the table every single game, and it's every time more useless than the last, but also very useful at the same time. But the chair was just that bit more. Bulby with a big lead in game 3.
Double back air.
Oh, it could be another. Ooh,
not quite. It's very risky to go for that as well against someone with a good recovery like R.O.B. Because other characters, if you attack back in that scenario, you risk getting pushed, like, or at least you risk having your recovery limited.
Lucretio is uninterested in being at a one-stock deficit. He is more bothered about just having fun. He had to get within the top 20 players in the entire United Kingdom to be here. And this is what he's using the stage for, and that's exactly what we like. He goes for the burner boost as well. The B reverse one at that nearly connects with the neutral air.
It's so hard to be a commentator as an entertainer because Lou does most of the entertainment for us.
I know. Genuinely, that set with Gibzu yesterday, I did not even need to speak because he commentated his own set.
That's just the type of player Lucretio is, to be honest.
But that's what we like to see in the Smash Brothers community. You've got to have those people. And at the end of the day, the skills are the real deal with the R.O.B. One of 2 in attendance here today. Spuddle's certainly the more composed one, which we'll be seeing further into this pool. And it'll be good to compare direct back-to-back. How will Spuddles and Lucretio both do against each of their respective opponents, who are the same opponents?
It'll be interesting to see how their playstyles differ, and specifically, because I feel like I know that Spuddles has been incorporating quite... Ooh, sour spot down it. But I know that Spuddles has been incorporating quite a lot of Lou's hidden tech.
Yep, and has gone on to 3-0 Lucretio at yesterday's last chance qualifier.
Like, I saw Lou get, like, some gyro slide B thing, and then immediately as soon as Spuddles spawned, he just did it back to him.
That's the thing, but right now, it feels more even than it is. There is an entire stock apart in these characters, but Lucretio has really brought the pace back and actually gets that down smash just in time.
I was expecting to see that from Bulby, not from Lucretio, but either way, it's going to kill.
I think Bulby input a forward tilt. I could see Mr. Game & Watch kind of holding back, but the chair did not come out before an entire smash attack from R.O.B. So, fair play to him, but the back air will certainly do it.
Very nice awareness from... Very good. It's just a very good read from Bulby, but getting him in between the gyro and himself will do a lot of damage.
Oh, the fire hitting twice on the way up. That's got to be a tilter for Lucretio there. Oh, the B reverse gyro, though, just shoots it outright. Again, you've got to be clever with how you're throwing the gyro at Mr. Game & Watch because he's got such an effective reflector, but he can hold for as long as he needs. Or it could even be an absorber if you throw the laser instead, so...
For the most part, Lou's been trying to, like, get a jump out shield or something, or like some sort of option out shield by throwing gyro next to him and then jumping over him. But every single time, Bulby knows he's going to jump, so he just uses that intangible up B.
Oh, he actually got the grab as the jab punish on Bulby, but it was already beaten out by the fire, and the chair is going to be enough to absolutely dominate Lucretio on that third game. Bulby well in the lead and 1 game away from taking the set now.
Wonder what's going through Lou's mind at the moment. How do you think Smashville fared in that?
I wonder what's going through Lucretio's mind at all points of the day, to be fair.
It's incredibly hard to tell what he's thinking. But
An unpredictable man, to say the least. He is hovering over Corrin.
Did he just choose Corrin?
And has actually picked it. The madman! What has he done?
This will be an interesting match, to say the least.
Well, I mean, you know what? I'm up for watching it. He is winning in the first 6 seconds. Corrin, one of the least played characters in all of Smash Ultimate. And it's not to say that he's particularly bad, just lost a lot of what made him good in the previous games and is outclassed at all of his particular strengths by most other characters on the roster.
Indeed.
And also, people don't tend to attach to him personality-wise. You know, he is just that guy who was in one of the weaker Fire Emblem games and didn't say much.
Kind of just a blank state for the player, so not a lot of stuff to attract him to it. But I can kind of see, I don't know, Corrin, like, how do I say this? Game & Watch does lose to Shulk, which mostly is due to them getting outraged, just getting absolutely decimated. So maybe Lou's thinking that could happen with Corrin, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I do think that Corrin's neutral air is being a fantastic tool for beating out fire, but the down smash sour spots, but still is enough.
Take it.
Or maybe it just narrowly hit in the air. If you do hit with the down smash on an aerial opponent, it will still have the full damage, but it won't bury, it will just hit instead, of course. But one of the two, it was still enough either way. Now Corrin in trouble for Lucretio.
Counter goes unpunished. Now a bit of Bulby breaking the zone with the overextension and now just keeping him in the corner.
I think maybe if he were to land on the food usage and just counter it, then that might prove useful to Lucretio as the game progresses. But for the time being, he's just taking a backseat and then runs in and grabs immediately. But, you know, don't start sentences on Lucretio because he will just completely change the pace of the game and get a KO with a forward smash.
Ooh, Bulby getting the hard read on the down smash, but unfortunately not quite getting the execution out there. Hard read. Speaking of hard reads,
that was perfectly positioned as well, but just unleashes that little bit too early. A fantastic idea from Lucretio though, and that just goes to send a message to Bulby. Oh, you know, if I held on just that little bit longer, I would have forward smashed you with a tipper.
Counter number 1, well answered, but unfortunately Bulby reading or just reacting to counter number 2 to get that hard punish. And Lou has quite the comeback to surmount here, almost a stock deficit. Imagine if that landed a 9.
Yeah, because the judge did make contact, but it just happened to be the second one that Bulby has thrown out in this entire set. I think he's used judge about 3 times, and 2 of them have been ones. So, you know, you could try and call him unlucky, but then you also see how much he's dictating the pace of this game, and it's hard to say that with a straight face.
But for the moment, speaking of dictating the set of the game, just a lot of air current here, keeping Lou in the air.
Yeah, I was kind of convinced he was just going to count like 3 times in a row to just hover in place without going anywhere. Instead, I think he's looking for an offstage pin or something there, but
not quite able to land it. Oh, not quite going to land a pin off stage. Up B going past the ledge.
Oh, hitting the flaming hitbox of the food twice now. Chef, to use its real name. Forced. Ooh, that's
very impressive on the ledge, and the chair is going to take his seat in the current game.
Well, hey, Lucretio's got a big old grin on his face. He's already glad to have beaten Skips.